Hey, what's up, folks? It's your girl, El Rachel Valentine. I am the owner of Rachel Valentine Consulting, where I help business owners to start, launch, and grow their businesses. And so, one of the things that we were talking about on the last series was creating your budget. We're talking about budgets in this series because I think it's a necessity for not just the personal side of your life, but also the business side of your life as well. Those things need to be addressed and taken care of. They really do, and a lot of us, like I said before, don't have the capacity or have never learned based on the people that are around us. Because I didn't learn the way to budget until I think I was in my late 30s or something like that. And it definitely was not from my mom or my dad. And I'm not saying that they didn't teach me, because whatever the case may be, I'm saying that they may not have taught me because they just didn't know, And so it takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of time to be able to put those things into place. And believe me, I still struggle with it, because I get away from using the system that I have created. And when I get away from that, then it doesn't cross my mind at times until I get ready to do like videos like this. And then once I do that, then it's right there in my memory. Right. So I know the one thing I significantly need to dig into. We talked about the tracking of your spending, and I said it was different ways, and there are many different ways to be able to track your spending. But let's go a little bit further and a little bit deeper into that. What's happening is that you are trying to determine what you need to be doing and what you do not need to be doing. Here are some of the things that has allowed me, some of the ways that I have track spending is by using a small little notebook I can carry in my purse, right? So that notebook, it's only going to be a little bit big, that much big or whatever. And so what you're going to do with that is every time you make a purchase somewhere, gas station, convenience store, wherever it is that you're going, you write it down how much you spent in that location, especially if it's cash, because a lot of times we don't track cash. Through our ATM card, it can be tracked, but we don't always use, my phone is going off, we don't always use the ATM card. Sometimes we do use cash. I don't know who, because guess what? I very rarely have cash on me, but I do sometimes. So that has to be tracked as well. Now, there is also what is another tracking method? I remember I said there was a spreadsheet. You can, on your spreadsheet, you can add, whatever is in there, whatever you're tracking. You can create categories. Okay, this is this is that, this is what I use for this, and this is what I need for that, whatever the case may be. So if you have, say you buy a cup of coffee, right? So you have your little coffee category. This is what I bought, and you should probably put it out day by day, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And each day you should probably put in, okay, well, this is what I spent on today, and this is what I spent this on. And so that should be able to start your budgeting spreadsheet. And if you have another way to do it, hey, by all means, go ahead and get it done. I like to use the spreadsheets because the spreadsheets to me allows me to see a lot of things at the same time. And that's why I like to use it. And it can be done any way that you choose. Everybody's not good with spreadsheets. That's why they hire professionals like me to do what it is that they need to do for them. And so that's one thing. And trying to think, it's another one. Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank here. So what are we talking about? We're talking about the spreadsheet. Oh, Mint. So there are apps now that will allow you to link your bank account to it. And what it will do is send you periodic updates, or you can go into the app, and in the app you can see it will break categories down. So when you get the app, like mint.com is one, and I always talk about this, but it's a bunch of different ones that you can use. But mint.com is the one that I use because it also keeps track of your credit score. When I look at that program, I go into that app, and what I have to do is set up the different categories that I possibly can use. And it also will send you, and you will put in like your bills, blah, blah, blah. But then it also sends you reminders of those bills. Okay, when you got this bill is due today, and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, you can even put, if it's a fixed bill, then you can even put that amount that you generally would pay for that. And so with that, what happens is you have your information in there. They send you reminders. They keep track of those things, and they send you a monthly report of everything that you have done. And that is amazing because it does help to keep you on track without having to do a whole lot of work. And if you connect it with your banking account, then it can break down the categories even further than what you may have. And those are the ways that I do tracking. One of the ways of tracking we said was using a notebook pad and taking that everywhere with you. I'm not answering this. I don't want to do it. No, I should. It's an offer. But they want me to go to, look, I didn't change the subject. They want to go to all the way to Fernandina and do an I-9 appointment for $20. It's not happening. And when I tell them, oh, yeah, I can do it for this price, because I need a minimum of $45. No, they don't want to give it to me. Well, you don't want me to do it, you better call somebody else. Like Tyrone. It ain't gonna be me. Now they've thrown me off. So, yeah, we were talking about the notepad. We were also talking about the receipt method. And the receipt method is, remember I said, to take every receipt that you have during that week. And that means you got to get somebody to give you a receipt for everything. If you say you're at a vending machine and you get a soda out, right? Write a receipt for yourself for that soda and put that in your receipt pile. That will allow you to be able to tally that at the end of the week and not exclude it, so that you remember, hey, I spent this here. A lot of times when you spend stuff like that, you know, for a soda or a pack of paper, top paper, I ain't gonna say. Anyway, those things you tend to forget. But see, remember I said to track everything. Even if you put, I've used 50 cents for, dang, what's the last thing I used 50 cents for? I know I remember doing it. Oh, the parking meter. That's what it was. And even stuff like that, because I live downtown. And downtown, when you're going to different places down here, of course, during the daytime, they have the parking meters. And, you know, you may not have to use a whole lot of money for that. So you might just put $1 or $2, but it needs to be actually addressed. It needs to be something. When I say track spending, I mean down to the penny, because once you put your spreadsheet together, or whatever the case it is that you're using, your budget should always come out to zero at the end. Your budget should have no money left over on that budget. And I will explain that to you in the next video, because it is key, it is significant that every dime, every dollar goes into a category. Okay? So that was some information for your tracking spending. And then I think the next one, we're going to get into the actual spreadsheet and some of the things that you need to think of when you're doing those types of things, or creating your spreadsheet, or whatever the case may be, to keep track of what you're doing. And I think that's all for this section. And we'll talk about the categories on the spreadsheet, budget sheet, when I come back. Okay, so this is your girl L. Rachel Valentine of Rachel Valentine Consulting, and hopefully I was able to help you to get more ways to think about how to create your budget and hopefully maintain a budget. And I am available if you need any help. I will have the description below in my what do you call it? Shoot, in my description. Did I just say that? I think I did. Anyway, and so you can please get in contact with me if you have any questions, and we can go through some of the things that I talked about and see what's going to best benefit you. Okay, so thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.